Well, here I am again with my brother Daryl. Daryl, what the heck are we doing? Going again to Phoenix.
Going to see my doctor again about my ankle replacement. They seem to have found something wrong. So we're going to go see what my options are. It's a surgical situation. So we're going to find out what to do, and then I got some big decisions to make from there.
Much like myself, I got a phone call this morning from my surgeon who said, first she said, "Where's your medical clearance?" And I said, "I did everything last week and trying to get them to send it to you." They said, "Well, we have a cancellation and we could get you in surgery on March 17th, which is 2 weeks from today. It would be perfect for me." But then I called my doctor's office and they said, "Well, he hasn't done it yet. It's his day off." And I'm like, and the surgeon said, "I have until the end of the day to claim the spot, or it goes to the next person." So the office manager said they'd call him at home and see what they could do. I just wait for a phone call for me. If I don't get the 17th, it'll be a much later date, and that complicates the situation for me as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't have support anywhere much beyond the end of March.
Then you got to think about the heat starting to come.
Yeah. So anyway, we're a couple of surgical candidates here.
couple of crips.
So what did the we got an MRI the last time we were here.
It was a CAT scan.
A CAT scan.
Yeah, and it showed there's two screws that bolt the talus bone that's in the middle of your ankle. It's like the size of a golf ball.
Yeah.
It's titanium, and it's got two screw holes in it that bolt it to your heel bone, and that's what holds it in place. One of those screws has backed out just a tad, and I have two torn tendons on the outside of my ankle. That's the biggest problem. The screw is pretty easy fixed.
Yeah, because you think they can make an incision and go in and reset that screw real easy, outpatient.
Yep.
But tendons, I don't know much about what's involved in repairing tendons.
That's a pretty serious situation. They actually, I think I sent you that video on the actual surgery.
Oh yeah.
It was brutal.
I didn't watch that more than once.
It was brutal.
Yeah, you guys should have seen this. It was like, they were rough.
So like the day after surgery, I knew that was a problem. I knew I had a problem, and I've had it ever since. Same spot, same pain, and when they did that surgery, that brutality that they used is when they tore those tendons. It wasn't something I did.
I mean, it's like, it's almost indescribable. It's like you were watching a construction crew trying to force something that wouldn't fit. The brute force is just, I don't know how to describe it.
I mean, you can't really. I mean, there was 4 people on my ankle trying to get that talus bone out. They wanted to get it out in one piece, and I think that was the problem. They should have cut it in half at least, and it would have popped right out. But they wanted to get it out in one piece. And I think they were doing that for, to do a commercial. He actually did a commercial holding the bone in his hand, or a video. I have that video where he's describing, the process of what they do or what they can do with this new technology. And so I think that might have drove that action. But it's plain to see those tendons were torn when they were doing that.
Well, we're going to try to go to Black Bear Diner, right?
Yeah, there's a truck stop up here. It's got one in it.
And there's my other brother, Daryl, in the back seat.
Oh, we got a co-pilot.
So you'll join us again on the trip when we get to Black Bear, and I'll show you what we have to eat. All right, later. Well, we've arrived at the Black Bear Diner in Tonopah. And who did we take to get here? We took Ruby.
We got a light that's trying to go out. It's twisting.
Who installed this? Who installed that light?
You're looking at it. I installed all of them.
So Black Bear Diner here at the truck stop. I know Pup Camper 58, Cheryl, is a big fan of Black Bear Diner, so she's going to be jealous when she sees this. And we have arrived. Not very busy. Oh, look at the cakes and pies and cake.
We'll be right with you guys.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
This is where I sat last time. Same place.
So we got the Daryl booth, huh?
Same one I sat at last time.
So I did get some good news on the road. I have not heard back on the medical clearance, so I don't know whether I'm going to snag that March 17th date or not. But what I did discover, thanks to my older brother, Frank, who is always right about everything and annoys the hell out of me, but it benefits me occasionally, is he said, you know, you ought to look into one of these rehab places that you stay and see what it costs, and that'll eliminate a lot of your troubles. And so I found over the weekend a place. Let me get it here. It is I believe it was called Yuma Rehabilitation Hospital.
Guys, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
You want something to drink?
Coffee, please.
Coffee? And
Coffee. So they take care of people that have orthopedic surgery, and you stay there. And so I called them and I said, well, you know, what's the deal? Well, you stay there, you get 2 to 3 hours of rehab a day, and 24-hour nursing, and they take care of you. The average stay is 7 to 10 days. And I said, well, what's it going to cost me? I have Medicare and a Plan G supplement. She said, it'll cover it. All you need is an order from your surgeon. So that's the good news.
Very wise choice.
Yeah, Daryl feels pretty strongly that I'm going to be much better off. So the plan would be, if hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, that I get the 17th, I leave Dottie and George in the trailer up in Quartzsite with my friends. They take care of that. They'll take care of them. And I don't think there's any way I'm going to be there even a week.
No, I'd say a couple days. You're a pretty tough guy. You'll come out there.
So maybe 2 or 3 days. I'll maybe stay a couple extra days just to make sure everything's okay. And they'll come down, get me, bring me back up, and I'll hang out there and camp for a couple of more weeks. And if necessary, if I don't think I can take the long trip yet into New Mexico, I'll take the rig into Quartzsite and check into an RV park there for a week or two until I feel really confident that I can make the trip to New Mexico.
Best plan possible right there.
That's Daryl is saying. There he is right there. He's saying this is the smartest thing I've done so far.
I've had both my hips replaced, so got a little experience at that.
And my brother, I called him and he said, he says, Rob, I got to tell you, I was kind of worried about you and the plans you had. Now I'm not worried anymore.
You got a great support system in Quartzsite.
Yeah.
Yuma's not quite as good, so very wise choice.
All right, so I'm going to turn this back on when we get our food. I got to decide what the heck I'm going to get. Am I going to get a lunch? Am I going to get a brunch? A breakfast?
Got to get the country fried steak.
Country fried steak?
Yeah, it's cut and dry. It's simple. It's very good.
All right, well, I'll surprise you with what I get. Wow, this is a lot more food than I was anticipating. This is the classic Eggs Benedict with country potatoes and fruit, and Daryl has looks like the kid. It doesn't look like much food there. It looks like oh wait. There's more.
Be right within a moment, okay?
There's biscuits and gravy, and that's chicken fried steak.
Their potatoes are awesome. So they put the onions and peppers in. Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, there's always a chance. Well.
All right. I'm going to put Daryl on the spot here because he's my subject matter expert on surgeries. So I'm going to ask for your resume on all the surgeries that you've had.
Oh, Lord. Let me start now?
Yeah.
So first I had left rotator cuff, and about 3 months later I had left shoulder replacement. About a month from that I had another surgery on that left shoulder where they drilled holes and they put some what is it called? Where you spin your blood down, the plasma.
Yeah.
They injected that. So then 6 months later, right shoulder replacement. 6 months later, right hip replacement. 6 months later, left hip replacement. And in April of last year, total ankle replacement. And now I guess I'm facing another surgery with it. Fixing to find out.
So at this point, what percentage of Daryl is actually a human being?
Oh yeah, that titanium's heavy too. I got a replica one of the one that's in my ankle. Oh my gosh, it probably weighs a pound. I mean, the size of a golf ball.
So the bonus for that is when you get on the scale, you go, well, that's not too bad, you know?
I haven't lost no weight. I gained weight.
So this is why he's my subject matter expert. And you heard him saying I was making a very good decision by going to that rehab hospital. Because he was saying things can go wrong, and he's experienced that. So,
yep. You gotta have a good support system. I mean, that's for sure. You know, we travel alone. We do everything alone, but surgeries are unpredictable. You know, a lot of people get mad because surgeries didn't turn out well. Well, guess what? Surgeries are a crapshoot because everyone's anatomy is different. Everyone's problem is different for whatever the surgery is for. So, you know, doctors aren't always at fault. So you got to prepare for that. Prepare for the potentials. Especially where we travel alone, you know.
Right. So, pretty solid advice there, my friends. We'll see you again maybe when we get to his surgeon's office and Dottie and I are sitting here in the car. I'll think of something interesting to talk about. See you in a minute. All right. Well, everything worked out for me. I finally got the medical clearance. I got a surgery date of the 17th of March. And we're requesting the surgeon do a referral for me for the rehab hospital, just because, you know, I have that little trailer to go to. Hopefully he'll be okay with that. He generally doesn't do it, but we'll see if he'd be willing to do it. I have a pre-op appointment on the 11th. I'll go down there and do that. So everything worked out for me today. Daryl.
Hey.
So what happened with you, with your appointment, with your surgery?
Well, it went about as I expected. Torn tendons. Definitely got to have a procedure. I just got to figure out when and where I want to do that. West Coast, East Coast. I got to figure out those logistics.
Because you said the recovery time is like 6 weeks in a cast or something.
Yeah.
So that's tough. It's a tough thing when you're a nomad and you're living in an RV and traveling, if you have any physical impediments, it grounds you.
Oh yeah,
It grounds
definitely.
you big time.
Definitely.
So luckily, with me with Medicare, I could go anywhere in the country. Daryl with the VA benefits can go anywhere in the country. Some people though that have insurance policies that are in their home state may be restricted to being in their home state to get the full benefit. Even people on Medicare that do the Advantage plans, many of them are geo-restricted. So those are things to think about if you do the nomad life. And these are the kinds of difficulties that I don't think as you get to be, in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, and you do this, it's not a question of if you're going to encounter this problem.
Yeah.
It's a question of when.
Yep, for sure.
So there are things to think about. Anyway, that's going to conclude my video for today. Very productive day, and I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you watching. Take care.